Fanny's Diary, July 23rd, 1942. We went for huckleberries today.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Once again, it is Monday, and that means Cheat Meal Monday. Today I have a cheat meal, and it's called Poor Man's Pizza. And I'm sure most of you make this, but I thought I would share it with you today. I have a busy day. I have a lot of canning to do. I have pickles to can, lots of vegetable soup to can, and I thought, well, let's just make a cheap meal that is really cheap. And then I thought, maybe, just maybe, you would enjoy sitting down with me while I eat my lunch and sharing with you what's on my heart. We have all kinds of goodies in the garden, and I thought I'm going to make a salad, and I'm going to make poor man's pizza. This is something the children liked when they were little and we were living on the farm. And hubby is working, so I'm going to make just enough for me, and then I'll make him some when he gets home. So we're going to take 2 slices of bread. Now homemade bread is even better, but this weekend I was really busy and didn't get any homemade bread made. But I will have some by the end of the week. We have some of my homemade pasta sauce or pizza sauce. Which makes things so good because it's everything from the garden. Now you can put anything you want on it. I do not like pepperoni, so I'm just putting some cheese. It doesn't get any easier than that. So there is the pizza. And so many people buy those Lunchables. This would be a lot more nutritious and just as fast as a Lunchable. So we're going to go put this in the oven, and then we're going to make our salad. And here is our spinach from the garden. Now I just love it. My friend Sue gives me all these different containers because I can use them, and they're like store-bought, so it's kind of nice to have these containers. She also cut me a bunch of these for seed starters, but they were perfect to put my little tomatoes in. So we're going to put some of my cherry tomatoes in with the spinach. You know, it's the simple meals. This barely cost me anything. So this is what I call a cheap meal because it was pretty much free. The food I grew. Cucumbers from the garden. Sometimes we'll just eat cucumbers as a snack. Then we have a carrot. Now this one I bought. My carrots are soon going to be ready. They're just a little young yet, and I want to wait till they get a little more mature. So there you go. There's our salad. I want to share with you something that's pretty special. I've never had a potato fork, and I've always used a shovel to get the potatoes out of my garden. And people through the last almost 2 years have said, Tessie, you need to get a potato fork. They said it in the comments because what's happening is your shovel, when you go and you dig up the potatoes, you're getting into the potatoes and you're ruining some of them. And I said, yes, I know, I'm going to have to get a potato fork. And I didn't think much of it. And my friend from Oklahoma sent me a potato fork. I've never had a potato fork in my whole entire life, and I've always had to dig up my potatoes really hard using a trowel or using a shovel. And I just wanted to give this special little shout out to her who stays anonymous for getting this for me because it's really, really well made. It's made in the USA. It's going to last me a lifetime, and every time I dig out these potatoes, I'm going to think of her. So I just wanted to share that little bit of happiness. I know it's nothing spectacular to some people, but for me, This is really, really amazing because this is something that I will be able to use, and it's something I need. So I'm really happy with that. So yes, you see a smile on my face. So I'm going to wait until the pizza is finished, and then we're going to sit at the kitchen table, and I got to share something with you. Well, welcome to lunch. It's nothing very special, but it is very tasty. So here is my poor man's pizza. And it's actually really good, and children like it. And here is my salad with all the good goodies in it. Plus I have to add a little dressing to it. So I thought we would sit down and have a little talk. How was your Monday? So let me share with you a little bit about my day yesterday. That's really good. I'm filming this on a Sunday. So yesterday for me was Saturday. And yesterday was the day that I posted that video. And I don't have to explain too much about the video because I believe that most of you seen it. In fact, that was my highest viewed video for a 24-hour period that I have ever had. And I have many videos out. I think I'm at 500 something, or maybe it's 600 something, I'm not sure, but that was my highest viewed video in a 24-hour period. So it's safe to say that most of you who watch my videos saw it. I had a lot of comments. I think it's going to be close to 200 comments. I know it's over 190. I can't comment everyone back on that. It would just be too exhausting. But I want to tell you something. I sat and I read out loud the comments to my hubby, every single one of them. And we sat there and we could not believe the comments that we were receiving. Now, some of the comments were that they believe everything is going to be all right and that they're praying for us and things like that. And then there were comments that shared their life with us and all of the things that they were going through. And all of them were uplifting. I didn't have a one negative comment out of over 1,300 views. I didn't receive a one negative comment. Not one of them. So that's a testament of your heart. And that's a testament of what for people watch my videos. And they're kind people. So there's a few things that I wanted to share with you quick. One of them is that hubby said, well, you need to explain a little bit exactly what happened. You kind of didn't explain it too well. My emotions were running high on Saturday's video. I was embarrassed. I was nervous. I didn't know what would happen after I shared it. I didn't know people would become mean and think that I was whining. I didn't know what people would say. And so I kind of skipped through some parts that were a little bit what really happened was a little over a year ago. My husband was getting his car inspected. It was his work vehicle. And I think we were dropping it off. And it was over a stressful time. He needed the work vehicle and there was something major wrong with it. And it was in the evening. And so he was leaving the business in a hurry because he wanted to get home because he had to use our personal vehicle. So we had to switch things around. He had to put all of his cleaning supplies in there. And he went and he opened the car door. He tripped or something happened. I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened. But he hit his head with the car door and he hit it really hard. I heard a loud crack and I looked over and there he was on the ground. It was one of them freak things that happen. You know all about them. You know, we do something and we're like, what? How'd that happen? And I knew right away he wasn't right. And we knew right away he had a concussion. Well, he didn't listen, and he went to bed, and because it was really late and he was really tired, and so he went to bed, and he went to work the next day, and of course you know the story. You know how men are. You know, they don't want to admit there's anything wrong. They want to just keep working, and so that's what he did. But ever since that day, he hasn't felt the same as far as physically. He gets headaches, he gets really tired easy, and those are what his conditions are. It's nothing emotionally or mentally with him. It's just he gets really tired. He says his head don't feel quite right. And that was just part of a situation, which you all know, the other one with his leg. So I won't go into that. But he's slowed down. And so by having him slowing down is he was in the service department. So in other words, he had to do physical labor to get paid. And so what happens when you don't work, you don't get paid. And what happens when you can't get up at 3 in the morning and 12 in the morning anymore because of your age, because of other things. And so all of you guys really understood what I was saying. And I'm just so wowed about it all, because there was a lot of you who also said that there was head injuries, concussions and things, and the same thing happened whether to you or to your spouse. And so I think my hubby really just, I think it was a confirmation to him that, you know, he's not alone, that there are other people that had issues. He also thinks that if you have an injury when you're older, those things can really affect you. Like when you're a young boy and you get a concussion, oftentimes you can get over that. You can go on from there. But when you're an older person, when things happen, it's not so easy to your body to respond and heal that way. So that was just, you know, an amazing time I had yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. I literally didn't do anything. I rested and I listened and I read all of these comments. I've had some people come to me in emails. I had one specifically who never commented me, never responded to me in any way, doesn't have a channel, doesn't have a way to get in contact with me, but made an email just to email me and shared their life with me. And I was just so humbled by it. And so, as you know, when I decide to share something and I have that feeling of deleting it, I don't do that anymore, because I realize that I'm sharing something very personal, and I'm sharing something really could be embarrassing, but yet it can help others. And so that's why I do that. About 3 months ago, I started adding a whole bunch of links to my videos. Amazon affiliate and Amazon storefront and all of that. And when I did it, I just didn't feel comfortable in doing that. I'll be straight honest with you. It just didn't feel like me. But all of the larger channels would contact me, and I would ask them questions, and they would say, well, you got to do that. You got to commercialize. Tessie, you got to commercialize. And it just didn't feel right in my spirit. But I did it anyway. And I didn't make money on it. I didn't make anything on it. And I just felt like it was just something that was just making me somebody I wasn't. I've had a few people buy something through it, but I will receive $3. So I received less than 0.1% of that. And it's not about that part of it either. Even if I was making a lot of money on it, I don't know if I could continue doing it. Only because it just doesn't feel right with me. But I don't want to commercialize like that. I just don't feel like I want to do that. And I took it off. Now, if I'm using something and you want to know where it comes from, I'll be more than happy to share with you the link. I'm staying an affiliate, but I'm not going to be posting a whole thing of links like this. Something just rubs me the wrong way when I see that. And that's just me, personally. And I know a couple of you enjoy it. And I'll continue to, share with you the link if there's something that you like. It's just wasn't me. And it's just, this and that. And I don't want people to feel like they got to buy something when they see me have it. And I know this really large channel said, well, you got to push it more. You got to push it. And it just doesn't sit well with me to do that. So maybe I'm a fool, but I cannot change my values and my passions and be a totally different person. And that's what you're all saying is, Tessie, stop rehearsing. Stop rehearsing things. Just talk. Be yourself. Don't rehearse everything. Don't be scripted so much. Don't worry about you not being perfect. Just do what you got to do and do what you want to do and do what makes you happy. And so that's what I'm going to do. I will have some vlogs, but I'm going to do my teaching ones, sharing what I'm canning and things like that. I might have a vlog one day a week, but, and I think that's what's great about it is nobody ever said anything negative to me when I was trying to hash around different ideas. You guys all just went along with it and like, whatever you want to do, Tessie. But the thing is, some of it I just didn't want to do, but I felt like I had to do it in order to make my channel grow. And it was peer pressure. It was peer pressure. Who would have thought? Peer pressure when you're an adult? Yeah, it was peer pressure. And I don't want to give in to that. I don't want to turn my channel into something that is not me anymore. And so I got rid of all them links. I do have a PayPal button. That is also gone from my description links. People know where a PayPal button is and they know where they can locate it. I don't need to go and say, please donate, please donate, please donate, because I just felt like I don't need to do that, because if people want to donate, they know how to do that. I don't need to say it all the time or put it in my description box. I just felt like there's just some things I was going down a certain way, and for me, I just didn't want to go that route. And so I feel so much lighter. And I really want to thank everybody for allowing me to vent yesterday. And it was not a cry for help. And you all understood that. It was not really a cry for help. It was a cry for somebody to listen. And to me, listening is worth so much more than any monetary value, because you guys listen to me. And I just really appreciate that, and it meant so much to me. And I just thank all of you for whatever you do for me, whether it's tangible, whether it's just emotional, being there for me and telling me you wish you could hug me. All of those things are just so special in me. Wow, I gotta keep eating because it is so good. But I just wanted to share that with you all. Because I just couldn't comment everybody. I mean, if you guys really want to ever have a bad day, or you ever want to be inspired, I said this in another video, just go back and read these comments. Because they're life-changing. They are amazing. And these comments are something that I will be printing out, and I will be putting them on my refrigerator. And just whenever I have another bad day, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to read that. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to remember this day, yesterday, and remember, you know, the love and support that you gave each other and me. So I know this was a little long-winded again, and I promise you we're going back to the teaching videos. Tuesday is going to be a canning video. Wednesday is going to be a crock pot video with using some zucchini in my garden. So we're not going to just have all of these long-winded talks. I'm getting back to business, and I'm getting back to what I like doing, and that is making my videos and sharing my life with you guys. And I really want to thank you so much for watching. And I know this was a kind of a cheap video, cheap meal Monday, but I think you understand, and there's just some things I needed to say. Take care, everyone, and remember, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.